Hey Canucks fans, we're going to have to wait one more week until we find out who the new captain is. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram, I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Tuesday, October the 1st. Got a lot of Canucks news to get to. I'm excited, you're excited, we're all excited to see how this team's going to do, this new and improved team. As the regular season starts tomorrow, Vancouver will go to Edmonton to take on the Oilers. So I have a few things I want to talk about and then end off spending most of the time talking about this captaincy and the pending announcement. Last night I did my annual keeper pool draft. We do both the entry draft and the free agent draft. And I really like my team. After a few years of not doing so well, I came in second last year. And we use salaries from last year for this year. So we're on 2018, 2019 salaries. For this 1920 season, we go 1 year back, and I got to tell you about my team because you have the Connor McDavid and his big salary. I have Ryan Suter, he's got a big salary, but I have 6 or 7 guys who, because of we're 1 year behind, are making $1 million or less. So I have Pettersson, I have Besser, I have Rantanen, I have Matthew Tkachuk, I have DeBrincat, and I have Charlie McAvoy, and I'm missing one guy. So that's at least 6 young guys. So I love my team. I'm with guys like McDavid, I'm excited that I can still contend maybe for first overall. I was only a few points back last year. But then we'll have to worry about the salary implications next year because Rantanen, Tkachuk, Besser, McAvoy all got new contracts. So I'm kind of scared to map that out. But for 1 more year, I'm in good shape. So that was kind of cool. I was excited about that. And I'll update you as you go, if you care. Update you throughout the season on how that goes. So some Canucks news. Here we go. Sven Baertschi, Nikolai Goldobin, Alex Biega all cleared waivers. No one surprised really, and not as much outrage today. And like I said, as I hinted at in my vlogs from yesterday, there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of passionate people, a lot of Canucks fans, passionate Canucks fans on Twitter, online yesterday, really upset with the Biega move, the Baertschi move, not so much the Biega move. As said about the Baertschi move, but alas, 30 other teams passed on him, did not take him, and he will be going to Utica. Which is interesting because Tyler Mott did not practice today. So if they, they obviously had to make a move before today's deadline. They didn't know that Mott was going to be injured. But it's almost ironic that on the day that Mott is injured for the next 2 weeks, going on to injured reserve out of the lineup, the Canucks could have used a guy like Baertschi. But alas, he's in Utica, and we'll see if the Canucks even call another forward up. So with Tyler Mott out of the lineup, it looks like, for tomorrow, for the next 2 weeks. Louis Eriksson actually took a spot on the 4th line during practice today. That means Adam Gaudette was still the extra forward, although he got in some reps, on the 3rd line, swapping with Jake Virtanen, and Jake Virtanen swapping down to the 4th line. So really, the top 2 lines remained unchanged, of course. It was Pettersson with Besser and Ferland, Horvat between Miller and Pearson. Then the 3rd line predominantly was still Sutter, Virtanen, Levo. The 4th line then was Beagle, Schaller, Eriksson. But and then Gaudette was the extra. Like I said, Gaudette played a swap with Virtanen for a couple line rushes. Then Virtanen dropped down to the 4th instead of Eriksson. So really, you'd see, Gaudette, Virtanen, Eriksson kind of being the guys shuffling through. But my guess is that Adam Gaudette will start tomorrow from the press box. And then Oscar Fantenberg, of course, not going to budge any of the top 6 of Edler, Myers, Hughes, Tanev, or Ben and Stetcher. Then look for Markstrom, of course, to start in goal. So that's how they lined up. A couple other notes I saw, I think it was from Thomas Drance or Brendan Batchelor, one of the two. Power play units were the same, so that means Alex Edler remained on the top unit, whereas Hughes was on the 2nd unit. And then a small wrinkle, they practiced a bit on 5-on-3, it looks like, and then Horvat moved up to the top unit with JT Miller dropping down. So the 5-on-3 unit would be Edler, Horvat, Pettersson, Besser, and Levo. Then the 2nd unit, if you get to a 2nd unit, 5-on-3, depending, you usually don't get to that because it's not the full 2 minutes, but then that would be something like a Miller Ferland with Hughes, Myers, and someone like Tanner Pearson. But yeah, we'll see if that happens. But so no big changes to the power play. I still think Quinn Hughes will end up quarterbacking power play 1. It just might not be at the start of the season. All right, last thing I want to talk about really quickly is the captaincy. A lot of people were excited, given Travis Green's comments yesterday, Jim Benning's comments. They thought that maybe they were going to name a captain, but then as the morning progressed and then practice went on, then more people got the sense that they were going to talk about the captaincy, but in essence, name the captain next week. And that's indeed what they're going to do. Travis Green said as much. He said the captaincy is very important. They're moving towards a decision, but they're going to make that decision either right before or at the home opener, which is not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. I can't go. I'm so upset. It's my church night. I'm not upset that I like being at church, but as you guys know, I can't go to games on Wednesday nights. So my buddy Mike and one of his friends or his wife will be going to that game. But at the home opener, we fully expect them the Canucks to name a captain. And I still think it's going to be Bo Horvat. I've talked at length before about why he would be good, his leadership on and off the ice, in the room, outside the room. And just how much he's improved and his dedication to the game. There's a small sampling of people that would love Elias Pettersson to be the captain. I have no objections. I like Pettersson. I still think Horvat is much better, much more suited for that. So there's always going to be a bit of for the next week. There's going to be a lot of that discussion. But the bigger discussion today was the fact that a big debate. Yesterday the big debate on Canucks Twitter was between why are we waiving Sven Baertschi versus we should waive Sven Baertschi. Today the big debate was why delay the decision to next week as opposed to just naming him now. Doesn't the season start tomorrow? And I see the merits of both sides. I'm fine with them waiting for a week. They've already waited for a year and a half, right? They didn't replace Henrik after he retired in April of 2018. They went through all of last season without naming a full captain. They had this leadership group of Horvat, Sutter, Tanev, and Edler, and that's how they're going to start the season, at least for the next couple days, as a couple games, as all four of them as associate captains as opposed to one primary captain. So I can see why people would say, well, don't make a big deal out of it. Just name someone already so the captain's in place for the start of the season. I get that. I understand that argument, but I don't believe it. I am completely fine with them doing a bit of I don't want to say a spectacle, but a bit of a show, using some showmanship. And it gets the fans excited. I think the majority of fans, especially those at the game, even those watching it on TV, but those at the game, they're going to feel like they're witnessing something special. And I think to me, the bottom line is that I think there's more blessing, there's more benefit to that. There are more pros to that than cons. The only con would be, why make a big deal of it, or why don't you name him from the start? But to just kind of name it over Twitter and then do Bo Horvat just skates out on the ice in Edmonton tomorrow night with a C on it. I guess that's fine. Ultimately, I don't think the guys care. The guys on the team, those are the most important. They're the ones that it's going to affect the most. But if you're celebrating a 50th season, if you're planning a lot of things for the home opener, and you want to engage fans and get fans excited about the team, about the new direction of the team, about the steps this team is going to take, I see absolutely nothing wrong with making a bigger deal out of it in front of the home fans next Wednesday. It's not like it's a month in; it's only a week in. The Canucks are only playing 2 games in a week, so it's not like they're going to be on game number 6 or 7 already. They're only going to be on game number 3. It's in front of a home crowd, and there's a lot of synergies, right? The fact that Orland Kurtenbach, the first captain of the Canucks, helped name Henrik as the captain in the 40th season, exactly 10 years ago, by giving him a jersey. I can see Henrik doing the same for Horvat, or whoever it is, but I'd like it to be Horvat next week, and I think it's fine. Like I said, it's more for the fans to get them excited, as long as they don't waste too much time or distract the players, which I don't think they will. I think the players are going to be amped because it's home opener anyways. Why not? Why not give the fans something to get excited about, and the city something to get excited about? And Bo Horvat, if you ask him, or whoever the captain's going to be, if you ask Horvat, he's not going to be upset that they waited into game number 3 instead of game number 1. I think he'll be overcome with the fact that of the honor of being and the responsibility of being the new captain. So that's what I think about that. I have no problem, even though I'm not going to be there. I wish I could be there, but regardless of that, I have no problem with them waiting 1 more week, 2 more games to name the captain and doing a bit more spectacle, a bit more showmanship around it. I think it's good. I think it's exciting. And lastly, speaking of showmanship and game presentation, you may have seen my tweet. My good friend, my collab partner in crime, Marie Huey, and I were working on something last night. I can't say too much, but I will say that it's a song that will have to do with one of the theme nights coming up for this season. So it's not an opening day song. It's not something that we're going to release in the next, today or tomorrow before the season starts. Rather, it's something that we're working on that hopefully they'll be able to use at one point during the season this year at one of the theme nights. That's all I can say for now. All right, Canucks fans, we got a lot to digest, a lot to talk about. Everything from the lineups, i.e. Tyler Mott not in the lineup, so Louis Eriksson likely getting in, still leaving Adam Gaudette out on the outside looking in for now. You can talk about the fact that Baertschi, Biega, and Goldobin cleared waivers. No surprises there. you can talk about the fact that it's the whole captaincy issue. So 2 questions for you. Number 1, do you still think it's going to be Horvat? Do you think it's going to be Pettersson? Do you think it'll be someone else? And number 2, are you fine with the Canucks' decision to delay it by a week, or to maybe not so much delay is the best way of looking at it, but simply put it in a more proactive way, that they are going to announce it next Wednesday as part of the home opener? So lots of things to think about. I love to know what you think. So leave a comment below. I'll read, react, and reply as much as I can. Subscribe if you like this video, if you like to. Enjoy the day. One more sleep until Canucks hockey. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's all get excited. God bless. Go Canucks, go.